History of Jaisalmer Fort. Jaisalmer Fort, also known as Sonar Fort or Golden Fort, is a historic and magnificent fort located in the Thar Desert of the Indian state of Rajasthan. It is considered to be one of the most prominent and beautiful forts in India. Jaisalmer Fort was built in 1156 AD by Raval Jaisalmer, who was a Badi Rajput ruler. This fort is situated on Trikuta Hill, from which it keeps an eye on the surrounding desert area. When Raval Jaisalmer found Lodrava, the old capital area, unsafe, he built this fort on the top of Trikuta mountain. He chose this place for astrological and strategic reasons, so that this fort could keep an eye on enemies from far away. This fort is made of yellow sandstone, which looks golden in sunlight, hence it is called Sonar Fort. It is one of the few living forts in the world, as even today about 2,000 people live inside it. This fort of Jaisalmer witnessed Mughal invasions many times. Invasion of Alauddin Khilji, 1294 AD. This was the first major attack on Jaisalmer Fort when Sultan Alauddin Khilji of the Delhi Sultanate attacked. The reason was the looting of caravans passing through Delhi by Badi Rajputs. The attack on this fort lasted for about 8 years, after which the fort was sieged. When there was no possibility of rescue, the Rajput women committed jauhar, and the men died fighting. This is called the First Jauhar. The story of the First Jauhar is one of the most heroic, heartrending, and glorious events in the history of Jaisalmer Fort. This incident reflects the extraordinary spirit of self-sacrifice of the Rajputs and the tradition of sacrificing their lives to protect dignity. Jauhar was a practice in which Rajput women would commit suicide by jumping into a fire en masse to avoid humiliation by enemies in case of defeat in a war. After this, the men would fight only to the death on the battlefield, which is called Shaka. Second invasion, mid-16th century. By this time the Mughal Empire was at the peak of its power. Akbar and his successors had captured many forts of Rajasthan. The Badi rulers of Jaisalmer, understanding the situation, entered into a treaty with the Mughals. They started paying tribute to the Mughal emperors and maintained mutual peace. After this treaty, Jaisalmer got some peace from the invasions and trade activities increased. Status during the British period. In the 19th century, Jaisalmer also established relations with the British East India Company. The Badi kings maintained the autonomy of their principality along with the British, but external invasions no longer occurred. The history of Jaisalmer Fort is extremely glorious, exciting, and full of heroic stories. This fort is not only important from the architectural point of view, but it is also a symbol of Rajputana culture of Rajasthan, Rajput valor, and desert tactical strategies. This fort of Jaisalmer is situated about 250 feet above sea level. This fort has about 99 bastions, most of which were built in the 17th century. The fort has 4 large entrance gates, Akai Pole, Suraj Pole, Ganesh Pole, and Hawapal Raj Mahal within the fort, which contains royal remains and frescoes of old times. Today's Jaisalmer Fort is not only a historical heritage, but is also famous as a vibrant cultural and tourist center. The fort is still alive, people live here, life goes on, trade happens, and religious activities also continue. Main attractions of Jaisalmer Fort: Raj Mahal, Royal Palace, Old Royal Courts, Jharokas and collection of weapons. Bhagwan Lakshminath Temple, one of the oldest Hindu temples, dedicated to Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi. Jain temples, 12th to 16th century. 7 magnificent temples built in Dilwara style, famous for fine carvings. Havelis, palatial houses, Patwan Ki Haveli, Salim Singh Ki Haveli, Nathmal Ki Haveli. These Havelis were built by wealthy merchants and are famous for carved balconies and walls.